Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round 2 of F1 ES. Today our mighty drivers are going to race in the Miami circuit, and yesterday Malik took pole position ahead of F1 Fan and Brasidas, who is now going to be replaced by Tsumes. Then the rest of the starting grid with Skibidi, Piggy, who takes Nico's place, then Frimpong, Crossnet, Binala, Matt and Pigeon. And this is the top 10. Of course, if you didn't know, drivers can swap between quali and race. I'm Brasidas, I'm going to be your commentator for today, and this lights out, and away we go, with Malik, who gets away well, followed by F1 Fan and Tsumes, who maintain their positions. Meanwhile, Piggy goes for the move down the inside, and is already up to P4 with a brilliant move, and now side by side with Tsumes, they go in this really tiny zone. It's very difficult, and Piggy gets pushed away and loses a ton of positions. Is now P9 as Skibidi is trying to take first place, but Tsumes also got for the move. There's still Malik P1, then Skibidi P2, and Tsumes is now being attacked by F1 Fan. It's side by side once again in this really difficult zone to pass, because it's just so narrow and so difficult. So Tsumes is now P2, and he has another chance to pass, but he makes a mistake. He makes a bad mistake as he completely misses the apex, and he loses the position to Skibidi and F1 Fan. And so now positions are always changing. The only thing that's remaining the same is that we have Malik in first place, but is being closely followed as Skibidi goes for the move. What an aggressive move, honestly. It was maybe in the borderline between being legal and illegal, and Malik just finds himself now in P3, but he was P4, and now he has a chance to go for the move down the inside, but he can't take it as Skibidi just disappeared. He made a mistake, and now as Tsumes and Malik just became shuttles and overtook everyone else. I mean, pushing other people is very risky, but if you do it well, it's also very good, and this was a demonstration, as Piggy is already up to P2, just like Max Verstappen would be our favorite animal racer together with Pigeon. Made a brilliant recovery and is fighting for first place. And now we are in the fight for first position, which is actually crazy because it's been 5 laps and these guys are still fighting. 5 people. F1 Fan is first, then there are the 2 Williams and the 2 Ferraris, with Tsumes now P2 and Malik P3 and Piggy P4. Frimpong is a bit behind, as now Malik overtook Tsumes, but Tsumes has another chance in the straight. Malik meanwhile goes ahead of F1 Fan, let's see, and the braking zone. What a brilliant defending move by F1 Fan. He basically didn't brake. I mean, that's taking a risk, but he did it well, as there's still 1 McLaren and 2 Williams, as Tsumes lost a bit of ground, and Malik goes for the move down the inside, and Piggy too. Now Malik and Piggy are side by side, the 2 Williamses, as Piggy takes the lead. Piggy takes the lead. It was not easy, but in lap 7 he finally did it, what was expected. Let's see if he can keep it though, because today these guys are just crazy. They're just super aggressive, as Malik with a slipstream takes the lead. Piggy doesn't force him wide or anything. So a bit of teamwork, which is surely gonna help, and it's what the Williamses and the Ferraris can do. Meanwhile, F1 Fan is kinda alone. Preston is right there. So these three teams that definitely look like the top three teams, Williams, McLaren and Ferrari, in this category, are definitely gonna fight for today's win, as F1 Fan goes for another move at the end of the straight. How many times have we seen it? And as Piggy just seems to be escaping, of course he knows that these guys racing against him are really fast, so it's in his best interest to just go away from this chaos. And F1 Fan is now P2 once again, but with a little bit of margin ahead of Tsumes, so maybe he can breathe a bit, which is crazy to say, as Tsumes is lagging a little bit. We hadn't seen it yet, but now it seems like he is, as Matt is now P4, as I think someone went to the pit. In fact, Crestnet and Frimpong and Pigeon as well have been to the pits. Maybe they're going for an undercut. Let's see if it will work. And now it's time for Piggy and F1 Fan to go for the pits. And this is a topic moment as Tsumes takes the lead. It's not going to be for long, but it's definitely something to notice. So Piggy and F1 Fan, Piggy finds himself right ahead of Crestnet, who is ahead of F1 Fan. So maybe it was not the best call to go to the pits now for Piggy, because Crestnet actually made him lose a little bit of time, but it was not too bad, because now he finds himself comfortably ahead and only behind Tsumes, but Tsumes still needs to go to the pits. So Piggy is virtually our leader, and by more than 1 second of margin, so he can be pretty calm about this. And yeah, this is a calm situation for Piggy, because Tsumes is soon going to the pits. I think next lap, seeing the condition of his tires, where graining is starting to form a lot, and Piggy is probably going to overtake him before the pits. Tsumes doesn't really put up a fight. He knows he has no chance and decides to just let him through. And let's see where Tsumes will end up, because maybe when he stayed in the track for too long, maybe he got himself to be undercut. Let's see, as Spinalla still needs to pit. He had R tires, and Tsumes seems like did not lose a lot, but he definitely lost the position to Matt. Same thing happened to Frimpong, so the two Ferraris just find themselves behind Matt. And now we are with Spinalla, who is racing, I don't know for what team, because he doesn't have a contract. And now we are with Matt, who is trying to go for the move. Matt was nowhere in the first laps, but now he's somewhere definitely. He's fighting with our poleman Malik, and is actually ahead right now. Let's see if Malik can go for the move in the back straight, which is the place where we often see them. I don't think Malik has the slipstream, or maybe yes, because he's getting closer and closer and closer, but he's still behind and can't go for the move here. Matt covers the inside, and he stays ahead. This defense should be taught to new drivers, because once once upon a time there was a Matt who was always defending dirty, but this time is actually doing a pretty clean defense. So compliments, honestly, as the two McLarens find themselves near each other. Will they collaborate or will they fight? Of course, we hope they'll fight. As now we are with Pigeon, we hadn't really talked about him yet. If not for saying that he's definitely an animal, but yeah, he's now P8, so is the best of the rest, because it seems like the top 7 today are the guys to beat. And Petrus as well, one of the best drivers in ERL, and I can confirm it because he's my teammate in ERL, and now he's also racing F1 ES. Seems like he's currently P11. Maybe he still needs to adapt to these Formula A cars, as Crustnet is behind F1 Fan, as Matt and Malik are close as well, so there's the podium places are the prize for the winners of this fight, as Crustnet has a chance. Let's see if he goes for the move. He doesn't, and this probably explains that they are going for a teamwork to at least get a margin from Malik and Matt, and then maybe they can fight for P2. But the important thing for them is probably to first be P2 and P3. So they're trying to do some actual teamwork, not like real McLaren who say they will do teamwork, but then they just fight each other. I don't think they know what teamwork is. But with that being said, we are still with Malik and Matt, and Malik actually got ahead of Matt, and with the time they're losing, Sumes is actually getting closer to them, as I think these 3 liveries are the best liveries of all, so just enjoy them. I really like the Haas, the Williams and the Ferrari livery, and especially the Ferrari, of course. And Matt got once again ahead of Malik, but Sumes may have a chance. Let's see if he goes for the move. He doesn't dive bomb, but still gains a place, but they both go to the pits, and Sumes get before as Piggy went to the pits as well, and is now P3. But let's see what will happen between Matt and Malik, because Piggy will of course take the position back unless he does some crazy mistake, as for now Matt is still ahead of Malik according to our timetable, and still the fight is there, but the fight is also here with Piggy trying to overtake Crustanet, and Crustanet trying to do the ultimate teamwork, holding up Piggy and giving a chance to his teammate F1 Fan. We had a leg spike, but doesn't seem they had a leg spike, and that's the important thing, as now Crustanet is trying to defend against Piggy, which is definitely a hard task, as Piggy is way faster than everyone today, but Crustanet is putting up an heroic fight and definitely making Piggy lose time. I think they lost about 1 second, which is not much, but honestly, it's honest work. And now Piggy got a gap, so I don't think Crustanet can do much more, but honestly, well done to him. He's playing the ultimate teamwork, and trust me, when you're there, it's not easy to just say, I won't fight for the win, because he has a chance to win this race. So, well done. As now we are with Frimpong and Petrusa. How many times have we seen them fight in ERL? I recall the China ERL race, which I commentated as well, and they fought all race long. Now they're once again fighting, but in different cars, in a Ferrari and in a Red Bull, and in Formula A, which are the fastest cars of the game. So it's definitely cool to see the best drivers race with the fastest cars, and now that not much is happening, we can talk about these cars more. They have the highest top speed, but not the highest cornering speed. I think that motorcycles are faster through corners because these cars are just so quick that they need to brake a lot, and to make the corner sometimes they even slide a little bit. So it's definitely interesting to see how the drivers cope with all the corners and stuff. As now we are with Nico, who is last with the Aston Martin. There was some drama involving his contract because after the China race, Oski, who is Aston's team owner, wanted to fire him from the team, but he couldn't because in the contract rules it said that the driver has to agree to the end of the contract. And so yeah, he's still racing. As now, Piggy is 5 seconds ahead of F1 Fan in the crossnet, so the teamwork, I don't know if it really worked, but I mean, Piggy is just way faster, so there's not much they can do, but they can definitely work together to bring a great P2 and P3 home, as it was not on camera, but seems like Matt lost a lot of time to Malik, and Tsumes overtook him as well. I don't know what happened, but this definitely changes things a lot, because Tsumes is now P5, and maybe reaching Malik, maybe we can see a fight for P4. I think that it's unlikely we'll see a fight for the top 3 places, because Piggy is faster. Actually, he lost quite a bit of time, but Crossnet and F1 Fan are going to collaborate, at least for now, as you can see, they're just giving each other the slipstream and letting each other through. So, you know, when you're on track, you can't communicate with the other driver, and it's not easy to just let them know that you don't wanna pass him, but you just wanna take his slipstream and you wanna collaborate. So I think they're doing an excellent job, because guys, it's not as easy as it looks like. Like, maybe even now that they're swapping positions and F1 Fan is going down the inside, Krasnet could just think that he wants to overtake him and to fight, and he could defend, and everything will be thrown into the bin. So honestly, very well done for their teamwork. And yeah, they're still here collaborating, which is really cool to see, as Piggy is still gaining time, which is crazy because he's gaining time to 2 drivers who are fast and who are also giving each other the slipstream, as Tsumes off camera overtook Malik. I mean, these cameras are not catching Tsumes's overtakes, which is pretty sad, honestly, but still it was pretty obvious, as Tsumes has soft tires and Malik has hard tires, and also Matt went to the pits for new soft tires. He and Pigeon are the only drivers to pit 3 times so far. Of course, everyone else would pit 3 times in some laps, and as now Nico, as I was saying it, is doing the same. So Piggy is just escaping just all by himself. Probably a bit of a boring race for him, but probably not, because there is this fight from the distance between him and the 2 McLarens, as Tsumes is actually going so fast, like he's reaching the McLarens who are giving each other the slipstream. So honestly, are they really helping each other? As now we need to talk about this fight between Spinalla, Pedrosa and Frimpong, which is the first fight we're seeing from quite a bit of time. I still don't know what car that black car is. Is it maybe Alpine? I don't know, But what I definitely know is that Frimpong just did an amazing double overtake, but everything goes back to how it was before. Now let's see, as there are 3 cars side by side, and Frimpong takes the place back, takes P7 back, and he doesn't wanna waste time with these guys, so he's going to try to set a gap, but Spinalla has a chance. Around the outside he can't go there, because Frimpong defended well. Petrusa is just there spectating for now, he's like 1 second behind, and he can't overtake, but what? What did Spinalla just do around the outside right there? He was like just with a faster car, but that's impossible because these cars are the same speed as Spinalla is going for the move once again around the outside. He saw it was impossible, but he's still trying to do it. Probably Spinalla is just going for overtake of the race, which doesn't exist, but maybe we should make it just for Spinalla. As Crestnet went to the pits, so now F1 Fan is alone for a bit, and Crestnet is fighting with Malik and Matt. He found himself in traffic, so not the best strategy once again, and actually they just let him by, like, you're not back markers, you're supposed to fight him. I don't know if you knew it. So yeah, Crestnet just got himself back up to P4, then Malik and Matt went back to just killing each other and dueling. I mean, would have been better if we had a 3-way fight, but a 2-way fight with these guys is still good, as Malik just slams Matt into the wall, just saying, you can't pass here, and so yeah, Crestnet is now reaching Sumes, who went to the pits again, which I don't know if you realized, but this means that Sumes just did a crazy undercut to Crestnet. I mean, Sumes is having a brilliant race so far. Of course, he was starting P3 and he's still P3, but when you're starting P3 and you have behind you guys like Piggy and Crestnet, it's like you're starting P5, let's be honest. And now Malik is fighting with Nico, because once again back markers are not ghosted. Let's see if Nico makes Matt lose time, as maybe my voice is not too good. It's because I kinda have a cold, so sorry for that. And now we are with Frimpong and Spinalla once again. So yeah, I wanted to say that these cars are still equal, because there's a problem with the editor, because these cars are not born equal. They're born different, like Ferrari is faster than Haas, for example, but this is not good for F1 ES, because in F1 ES all cars should start from the worst possible speed, grip, acceleration, and then after you do good races you can improve your car. But we can't do it, as the China qualifying there was some people who were just way faster, and we don't know why, but Applimazing, the developers, hopefully will tell us, and for next season everything will be solved, because for now it's just a season of trials and see if it works, and for now I can see it's working brilliantly. Like, this race was absolutely beautiful to see, especially the first laps with the fight for first place. Also, I wanted to say that seems like Skibidi DNF'd. We kinda didn't talk about him after lap like 3. He had a brilliant start. He was also in the lead for some corners, which for him, who never had a podium in a major league, is definitely something to note. But now he just DNF'd, and that's sad. So we are with F1 Fan with P2, Thomas is P3 and is being chased by Crossnet, but for now they're too far to fight. We can see in the display in the top right that Crossnet is close. Okay, so now the cameras went right to the duo who is dueling. Actually, dueling comes from duo. This is very interesting. I never realized it, but as I was saying it, the fight just gets on, and Crossnet tries to go for the move, but Tsumes says no. These two guys, these two young drivers, who just started in AMRL this season and proved to be already UMRL level, are fighting with Crossnet, going for the move down the inside, but Tsumes has a chance in the back straight. He takes the slipstream, is closer and closer and closer, and Crossnet coursed inside. Tsumes tries to stay near him and he goes to the pits. Which is of course a strategy, but kinda sad to see this fight immediately get off. But we are going to see another fight because F1 Fan and Malik are fighting with the two drivers fighting for P3. So actually I said that the first three places were just locked with Piggy first and Krasnet and F1 Fan second and third, but it's not the case because Malik and Somes found a way to still be able to fight. As now we are with Piggy who is 9 seconds ahead of everyone else. Like, this league kinda reminds of 2023 Red Bull with Piggy just dominating and then Malik fighting with the rest of the grid, as Matt does a very cool overtake, but it's just to overtake Nick with a back marker. So for now, let's recap a bit the point places, as Piggy's first, then Krasnet, F1 Fan, Malik, Tsames, Matt, Zbinalla, Frimpong, Petrusa and Pigeon. These are the point scoring places. So far, today there were only 12 guys in this league, but what a fight they're giving us. With now Petrusa and Pigeon, we basically didn't see Pigeon all race long, but now we are seeing some Pigeon footage. So he's fighting with Petrusa, as Petrusa just completes a very aggressive defensive move, but it was 100% legal, so well done to him. As Pigeon is now P10 comfortably ahead of Nico, 36 seconds ahead, so Pigeon is pretty sure he can score points. As what is happening, I think this was a big leg spike and it actually made Piggy lose half a second, or maybe just Crossnet gained it. So yeah, Crossnet and F1 Fan are not helping each other anymore, especially the main reason is that F1 Fan is 3.5 seconds behind, so I mean it would not be a brilliant idea. As Somes has already gone to the pits, I don't know if Crossnet and still needs to go there. I think so, because Pig is now right now going to the pits, and that means that Krasnet, as I was saying it, actually goes once again to the pits. That means that F1 Fan is ahead, and Tsumes is also ahead, but they're close, and the cameraman immediately went to see the fight. Well done, cameraman, and Krasnet has a chance down the inside, he takes it, and he takes the place. Tsumes basically didn't defend. I think he doesn't want to lose time because he's seeing that Malik is getting closer and he knows that Krasnet with new soft tires is just too much to bear for him. So we are now in lap 50, but it's like we are in lap 10 because this race was so full of things happening and it was so fun with Tsumes right now just strolling to the track, but seems like it's a calm situation for him, but it's definitely not, because he needs to manage these mediums that are starting to die a little bit, and he needs to manage Malik, who is getting closer with soft tires. So Tsumes is actually in a very topic moment of his race, and Malik right now has a lot of margin to P6, so he can only go up from here, and he's definitely trying to. As Binalla, I think, will need another stop, but apart from him, I think everyone else can just go to the end of the race with no more pits, as now we're seeing Matt going for the move down the inside of Petrusa. Matt at one moment was fighting for podium, then I don't know what happened, maybe wrong strategy. And now we are with Piggy with 8.6 seconds ahead of everyone else. I think the win is already in his hands, and now F1 Fan and Crescent once again find themselves near each other, and they can help each other again, as Malik overtook Thomas. I think Thomas made a mistake because, okay, Malik had fresher tires, but he was like 2 seconds back. So I think Thomas made a mistake, and that's sad because there would have been a fight and we lost it. And so now the Ferraris are P5 and P6, and there's a fight for P7, which we aren't seen on camera, but if you look at the display in the top right corner, just look at those 3 cars absolutely giving it all, as the footage is once again with Crustnet and F1 Fan. They really like seeing Crustnet and F1 Fan collaborating, as they're also hiding and showing the HUD. So yeah, that fight right there was between Matt, Petrus and Minala. Seems like Matt got the upper end of the fight, and yeah, Crustnet is now comfortably P3. You're seeing F1 Fan behind him, and you doesn't know why he doesn't go for the move. It's because they are helping each other, and Malik is trying to gain a bit, as actually cameras should go to Thomas because he lost 10 seconds. He actually did one more pit, but now he's with Frimpong, Matt, and that's it. But there are 3 people fighting for P5. So yeah, cameras aren't showing it, but I can tell you what's happening with Thomas P5 and Matt, who just got ahead of Frimpong, but Frimpong has the slipstream in the back straight and a leg spike, but Frimpong overtook Macbeth in the second to last corner. Now there's a bit of gap between them, with the Thomas being 11 seconds behind Malik, and Frimpong being 1 second behind Matt. Behind Thomas, and Matt being 1 second behind Frimpong. So the fight just calmed in itself a bit, and it seems like this will be the end positions, but Matt has a chance round the outside of the second to last corner. Let's see if he makes it, and it doesn't, not quite, but there's still 1 lap left for them. Meanwhile, Piggy, with a big margin, wins again. He won every race I commentated with a big margin, and he does it once again. And now it's time for the 2 McLarens, as let's see who will take P2. F1 Fan takes P2, then we have Malik, and let's see what happens between Thomas, Matt and Frimpong. They're side by side, and the race ends with Matt taking P5 right at the end, and Thomas P6, Frimpong P7, but they were so close, as you can see at the timesheets. There was 34 fans between 3 drivers after half an hour of racing. That's absolutely crazy. Like, you race for half an hour and the gap is so tiny. Then we have Spinalla, P8, Petrusa, P9, and Pigeon, P10, rounding out the point scoring places. Congrats to Piggy for winning once again, taking the fastest lap as well. Then we have Nico, who went P11, so no points for him, and Skibidi, who just DNF'd. And these are the standings. Piggy first and by quite a big margin. Then Crestnet, who lost a bit of points today for his letting past F1 Fan right at the end. Then Nickel, F1 Fan, Frimpong all together at 18 points. Sames and Malik and Matt are really close, Pigeon as well. Then we have Guillermo, Spinella, Oski, Petrusa and Vini. And these are the standings after today's race. So can't wait to see what will happen in the next race, which will be the Monaco Grand Prix. Definitely a small track for these really big cars. This was round 2 of F1 ES. See you next time. Bye bye.